I'm back again to talk about Brene Brown. I'm kind of taking you on a little bit of a tour through my house, trying to switch up my scenery. Now we're in my daughter's messy bedroom. Uh, anyway, so the video that you shared about Brene Brown's video that you shared was something that actually really stuck with me, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So prior to this class, I had only heard about Brene Brown, but I had never made time to dive into her message and what she's about. But in the video we watched, she shared so many things that resonated with me, both as a teacher and as a parent, and forced me to think deeply about the word shame, the word's meaning, and the weight that it carries when we work with little people. The quote, "Never underestimate the power that you have over the children you teach," is still ringing in my brain. Like parenting, we don't get a do-over with the kids that we teach. Sure, we get to teach again next year, but it's a totally different crop of students. You don't get to um, go back and undo or redo some of the things that you do or say with those students. Um, Her message ties into one of my favorite quotes by Maya Angelou, which is people will forget what you said and what you did, but they'll never forget the way that you made them feel. And that's something that I feel in my soul. That's something that when I think about my favorite teachers that I had, uh, and the ones that, gave me a hard time and the ones that I really struggled with, it was how I don't remember what they taught me, but it was the way that they made me feel as a student and as a person that stuck with me, um, or is sticking with me throughout my lifetime. I'd never considered the weight of the feeling of shame and how it might feel on the shoulders of our students, or our ability to lift some of that weight off of their shoulders. As teachers, we must consider what kids are bringing to school with them every day. And I'm not talking about their lunches and supplies. I'm talking about their metaphorical backpacks where they bring family problems or possible mental illness or difficulty with peers, whatever it may be. Kids bring a plethora of issues, things that are issues to them, to school every day. And so it's important to think about those things when we are interacting with these kids, and the words that we choose to say to them when they are, misbehaving or they get a question wrong or whatever. These are things that we need to think about as teachers. I know that it's cheesy to say that this video changed my life, but in a way it did, because I dove into Brene Brown's work a little bit more. And I did find a quote that completely shifted my world lately. And the quote is that it takes courage to say yes to rest and play in a culture where exhaustion is seen as a status symbol. And this kind of forced me to do a little bit of self-reflection, because lately I've been finding that I've bitten off more than I can chew, with regard to how I'm spending my time, with running a fitness business on the side, starting a clothing company, teaching full-time, taking university classes. I've got a husband who's got two very busy seasons of the year where all of the housework and all of the parenting gets shifted onto me, on top of cooking for them in the field. And then more importantly than any of it is being a mom. And I've been noticing signs of burnout in myself over the past couple of months. And I think that, diving into some of Brene Brown's work and finding that quote just kind of put things into perspective for me for what is really important, and making sure that I'm taking care of myself and my family as best as I can. And so in a world where exhaustion is seen as a status symbol, I met that status. If that's what we're looking at, like, I had absolutely no time, and people would make jokes like, "Oh, what are you going to do with your free 7 minutes today, Em?" And, it was something that I used to pride myself on, but I think that it's not healthy. It's not a really positive way to live, being busy all of the time, never taking time to slow down and really enjoy the things that you have in your life. You work so hard for all these things, but you never stop to take time to enjoy them. And so this is something, I'm kind of going off on a tangent now, but this is something that I'm going to take with me into my year next year, when I know that things will get busy, because there will be extracurriculars again. I'll be teaching classes, and I know that I need to preserve some time for myself and for my family, even just as a means of survival, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You hear that all the time, and it's important that we are doing things as teachers, as moms, as people, to make sure that our cups are full and that our needs are taken care of as well. Because in the teaching profession, we spend so much time looking after other people's needs, And so I think it's important to do some self-reflection and making sure that you are doing what you need in order to take care of you so that you can show up as your best version of yourself for your students, your colleagues, your kids at home, your partner at home, whoever. And it's just honestly a healthier way to live.